I am not happy. Now you may be wondering, why are you not happy? What is wrong? What is your issue? And you may like what I'm about to say, you may disagree with it, you may have your love for it, you may have disdain for it, you may think it's a big deal, you may think it's not a big deal. Everybody is open to their own opinions, to their own interpretations. Everybody has their own belief systems in this world. Everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks this or that. So I'm not here to knock your opinions. If you have your own set of opinions, you're obviously not going to have them changed by me. So, if you're coming here, you're wondering, why am I not happy? The answer is really simple. There is an actress. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce her name, obviously. From my small town Appalachian upbringing, foreign language has never been the most popular subject. But I think it's Sasha Calle. And she has been casted as Supergirl. Now, you may recall that heartwarming, amazing, beautiful video of her being casted as Supergirl and just being elated, just so happy to have that role. I think she even said something like, if you told the little girl, me, what is happening, she would freak out or something like that. It's just awesome to see someone succeed who not only deserves to succeed, who not only needs to succeed, but should succeed. Because based off what I've seen and based off how she acts, she's amazing. She's humble. She's eager to prove herself. She's excited. That's all I'm seeing from her as an actress when it comes to the Supergirl role. She hasn't been dogging the film. I don't even think she's been making drama for Warner Bros. There's been nothing controversial about her at all, except her skin color. Except her skin color, her ability to play Supergirl, the costuming. She's been doubted left and right since she was casted. Now, I don't think it's a universal hatred toward her. I don't think everybody on all sides of the aisle are out for blood. But what I do think, what I believe is happening, is there is some built-up animosity toward her, toward Warner Bros., toward DC as a whole, from people from all corners of the community. And I don't know if they're looking for someone to take their anger out on. I don't know if they're unhappy or what. Now, like I said at the top of the video, if you simply just have the opinion that her costume doesn't look the best, that's up to you. That's your opinion. If you simply don't think she looks like a Supergirl that you wanted, that's your take. But to have this racial bias attached to it, to have this just bias in general attached to it, where you want to use her as an actor, use her personality, her likeness. If you want to call her a boy, if you want to say that she looks like Superboy and not Supergirl because of her haircut, if you want to say stuff like that, that's when I stop seeing your opinion as valid. That's when your opinion is no longer valid and is used as a kickstand to project, to heighten, to put up your secret, your bias, your opinion, your argument. If you're basing all these things around one another to support your own argument against something, that's not good. And not only is that not good, but it's actively harmful to people. You're not helping anybody. Now, why did I choose to make this a thing? Well, I didn't choose to make this a thing. This is actually already a thing. Last year, I made the dumb decision to join Twitter because prior to last year, I made it an account. Well, I got access to an old account a couple years back for Game of Thrones ending. There's a lot of controversy around that. I had always heard Twitter was the big place to talk. I'd always heard Twitter was where it's at. I have since learned the only thing Twitter is good for is garbage. It proves nothing. It does nothing for the community. It does nothing for actors, for people. Now, that's not entirely true. Maybe that's me being hyperbolic. I've seen some good stuff from Twitter as well. I've seen a lot of love for actors and actresses. I've seen a lot of support for communities, for people, and that's amazing. That's awesome. You know, you love to see it. You love to see it, right? You love to see the positivity. But you take something as simple as someone excited to play a character, and you completely destroy them. And like I said, I don't think it's the majority of the community on Twitter. Everybody has their own biases, their own arguments they want to make, and that's fine. You know? But it's just a problem. And it's a problem I've been seeing more of lately, and, you know, I've said this very publicly time and again. This YouTube channel is just a hobby. I got a full-time job. I don't take this seriously. So I feel comfortable. You know, I don't make any money. So I feel comfortable saying this. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's numbing. This kind of stuff will rot your brain. And, yeah. So, that was the setup. I mean, there's not a lot to say. I feel like there's not a lot to say because it should be common sense, right? You shouldn't judge people by how they look. You shouldn't be a hateful person. You shouldn't support hateful ideologies. But that's the world we live in. So I'm out here today to publicly, I guess you could say, make a fool of myself just to get this out there. Sasha Calle, and once again, I'm probably saying the name wrong, she is going to be great as Supergirl. Now, to get right into the subject of her as Supergirl, to tackle the problem that I thought was common sense, but I guess it's not. The problem people have is her skin color. Now, I thought the common sense thing would be, it doesn't matter what skin color she is. But it does matter. That's the problem. It does matter. It matters to people who look like her. It matters to people who want to be her. It matters to people who want to look up to someone like her. And it also matters to people who don't think she has the chops to cut it. It matters to people who don't think she can cut it. So what is the problem with her skin color exactly? Well, she's not white. And you know, honestly, it's an interesting question. It's something that I never really thought too much about, but it is an interesting question. It's all about continuity. It's all about making things fit in the canon. So, for example, obviously, we're going to get the big thing out of the way. If you have two white parents, you're going to have a white child. But if you have a white parent and a black parent, you're going to have a mixed child. The problem that people are seeing with this casting is if Supergirl is not white, then it is not in continuity. It's breaking continuity. It doesn't make sense because Superman is white. Okay, now here is the problem. Here is my problem with that statement. Superman is not white. The actor playing Superman is white. Henry Cavill is white. Superman is Kryptonian. Kryptonians don't have natural births. According to the Man of Steel film by Zack Snyder, the first part of that movie was all about how Kryptonians haven't had a natural birth in centuries. Superman is the first one. Now, you would think, if they want to pay that much attention to skin color, you would think that the biggest problem would be their DNA. I mean, these people are being bred for generation upon generation. Who's to say that Superman can't have a cousin that doesn't have his skin color? You know? Who's to say that this does make sense? Because it does. It does. They don't have to be the same skin color to be related, according to the Kryptonian mythology, according to the lore. Okay? I mean, it just feels like common sense that they don't have to look exactly the same. They don't have to have the same skin color. You know? To bring it back, Supergirl from the comics has had blonde hair. You know? The Supergirl in the TV show has blonde hair. Superman, Clark Kent, Tyler Hoechlin, looks nothing like Melissa Benoist. Tyler Hoechlin, if I believe correctly, if I recall correctly, he's not pure white himself. He's half white and half Native American. I think there's something else in there too. I can't remember exactly. I don't have the facts in front of me. But the point is, he's not purely one way, he's not purely another. But he's not completely white. I don't think that's controversial to say. I'm not saying it's a bad thing he's not completely white. It's just a fact. He's an awesome actor, an awesome person. But, you know, Melissa Benoist is white. Tyler Hoechlin, visually, you can tell he's got some Native American in him. You know, he's an awesome guy, handsome guy. Melissa Benoist, beautiful. She's amazing. Awesome actor. They look nothing alike, but they're cousins. And people accepted it. Now, I don't know why they accepted that, but not this. But even me saying people accepted that is still a little bit of a reach, because I have seen comments around as well about that casting choice for Tyler Hoechlin to play Superman. But the point is the standard has been set already for them to be cousins and not look exactly the same. One of the things I touched on in the very first weekly show type of video I decided to upload on my channel, which I'm calling it DC Comics Weekly now. That's subject to change, obviously. But one of the things I touched on in that video was the black hair of Supergirl. Now, a lot of people were looking at that Sasha Calle, I'll just call her Sasha, the Sasha picture as, oh wow, she doesn't look like Superman. I was looking at it as, oh, that's cool. She's got black hair like Clark Kent. For some reason, Sasha, to me, looks more like Henry than Melissa does like Tyler. You look at the comics, you look at all the continuity, they've always not looked exactly the same. So I don't see the issue with this. I don't want to stretch this video out too long and just repeat the same points, but hopefully you guys see what I'm saying here. Hopefully there can be an understanding somewhere. Because, yeah, this is not it. I don't like this conversation. Another problem people have with her is her costume. I, for one, think her costume looks good for what we've seen of it. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room is the abs, is the lining, is how it looks when she's... Okay, number one, a lot of the photos being shared around is because she's strapped up to wires. The costume's not going to look the best. Number two, it's for a stunt. I speculated about this on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you will see all the stuff. The problem is that she's got this weird ab area, and there's like abs that look like wires, and they're weird, and people are like, that's not my Supergirl. What the heck is up with her costume? It's not working out, man. First of all, if those are her abs, Those are her abs. They did mess up. But I don't think those are her abs. I think that's just part of the costume. I think that's just probably a harness or a vest or something that she's got on that either is built into the costume or is under the costume to help with the wire system. You want to talk about continuity. The wrists on the outfit, the logo on the outfit, just little details on the outfit screams Cavill's Superman. You know, they could have gone with a bolder shade of yellow, but they chose that pale beige yellow of the Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League, of his Man of Steel movie, of his Batman v Superman movie. That paler beige yellow, that yellow that I'm personally not a fan of, but, you know, I don't go out of my way to hate it or anything. You know, it's just not my most favorite thing in the world. That yellow is being used on her outfit. So that's some continuity for you. I mean, me personally, the only thing that I don't love about her outfit, Supergirl's outfit, is the lack of red boots, but I think that is not a issue. I'm the type of guy where if I have a problem with something, I normally won't make it a big deal unless it is a big deal. I'll agree to disagree and I'll be on my way. But today, there's a lot of negativity out there, and I just want to get this out of the way. Well, I don't want to say I want to get this out of the way to disrespect anything about the movement and about what's going on out there in the world, but I need to say this. The Ray Fisher abuse by Warner Bros., by Toby Emmerich, by Jeff Johns, you know, that crew, that is valid. That is understandable. But to direct that animosity toward the actress who's playing Supergirl, who is excited about playing Supergirl, who had no involvement in abusing Ray Fisher, just because she's employed by Warner Bros., just because you have a point to make about not replacing Henry Cavill, about Zack Snyder's Justice League, it does you a disservice, number one. And number two, it makes you look like the bad guy. It makes you look like the bad guy. The Zack Snyder fandom, the community, has a bad reputation with being bad people. But I think it's a community, like every community, has bad apples and good apples. I think every community on the internet has bad apples and good apples. The problem I have with what happened today is it seemed like the general consensus was that it was, she better not replace Superman. What the heck? This isn't Zack Snyder's vision. I can't stand the Flash. I'm not watching this movie. Screw this movie. Screw this actress. I hate this. You can boycott it. I don't care. But please, 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 if you don't want to give them your money, don't advertise their movie. Don't blow it up on social media. Don't make a big deal out of an issue that honestly, when it gets to the point of abusing the actress who did not do anything to Ray Fisher, I think there's a line that you crossed. There's a line that you crossed whenever you're no longer going after Warner Bros. Or Toby Emmerich or Jeff Johns or any of those people, and you're going after Ezra Miller, you're going after Sasha, you're going after the directors, you're going after people on the crew, you're saying these hateful things, and it's supposed to be okay because it's all in the name of truth and justice in the American way. It doesn't matter if it's in the name of truth and justice in the American way. That doesn't matter. Whenever you're going after innocent people, mostly innocent, whenever you're going after people who did nothing, that's the problem. It's different if they had the ability to do something and they didn't, but these are people that are employees. They have no power over the decisions being made that were made. They have a vision, they have a goal, they have something they want to do. They have a job to do. So, I mean, it's unfortunate how things happened with Ray Fisher, but Sasha didn't do that. And attacking her as a witch, it's like the Salem witch trials, attacking her, burning her at the stake while Warner Bros. Is sitting over there laughing. I mean, come on, guys. You gotta do better than this. You gotta change how the game is played. I just want to see some. I want to see some. A different approach to how people offer their opinions on the internet. I know that's a lot to ask for, but if you're seeing this, if you've even bothered to watch this long, I want to have you take a second to reflect on how you speak to other people. I want you to take a second to consider other people's emotions and their feelings. And I don't know. I know there's a little bit of a controversy around feelings, but just think. Do I really want to be an asshole today? Just think. Just think.